You guys, welcome to another episode of Financial Fraud Friday. Um, for those of you guys who are familiar with us, welcome back. For those of you who are not familiar with us, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Mhm.
This is a space where Karina and I find a good fraud topic, something that's caught our attention. We had a couple to choose from this go round, and we
Yes.
landed on this particular one because I was just like, oh, this is salacious, child. You know, we like
That
like some
good.
salacious. So we chose this particular one. So I'm gonna let again, this is where Karina and I come and we just throw our opinions back and forth, our thoughts, what we think, what was he thinking, what were they thinking?
What was it? Yes.
And you guys get to share in that conversation with us, okay? So I'll let Karina give you guys the disclaimer.
All right. So disclaimer. This episode is for educational and informational purposes only. This is not legal, tax, or financial advice. All information discussed comes from public court filings, newspapers, news reports, and press releases. Everyone discussed is presumed innocent until proven guilty in court. While we are tax professionals, we are not yours yet, but we can be. Book a link in the bio. So, Nikkei, what is the topic for today?
Well, before we get into that, I forgot to introduce myself
Do
again
the
to you guys.
intros.
Nikkei, okay, owner, founder of Togba and Associates in the Atlanta, Georgia area. We focus on entrepreneurs and professionals. The services we provide are tax, accounting services, bookkeeping services, um, and tax advisory services. If you are interested in working with us, I encourage you to click the link, go visit togbenassociates.com, click the link, and schedule a consultation. Okay.
Yes. And hi, everyone. My name is Kerrina O'Connor, the owner and founder of KAKE with a K Financial. We help six-figure solopreneurs with tax problems resolve those problems so they can run their business with confidence. Typically, that will include a tax bill that they cannot pay in full or back taxes where they have not filed for the last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 years. So if that seems like something that is your issue, we're also in South Florida, but our firm is virtual and we can help anybody nationwide. So back to Nikkei, the topic for today.
All right, y'all. Okay. So this one was taken from a press release dated April 8th. That was last week. Last week.
Oh yeah,
April
basically.
8th of 2026, from the United States Attorney's Office, District of New Jersey. A New Jersey tax preparer who sought more than 170 million in fraudulent
Mhm.
COVID-19 related tax refunds was sentenced. So he was sentenced last week to 144 months. Why do they do that? Why do they break it down?
I don't
144
know.
months in prison and 5 years of supervised release before the Honorable William J. Martini in Newark Federal Court. Let's see. He was also ordered to pay more than 55 million in restitution to the IRS. So following a 6-day jury trial, which happened in November of 2025, Leon Haynes, 52, of Teaneck, was convicted of 15 counts of aiding and assisting in the preparation and presentation of false tax returns, 1 count of mail fraud, and 2 counts of tax evasion. This is the largest COVID-19 tax relief fraud case to be tried to date in the country. Karina,
Wow.
thoughts.
Wow. This is a lot. The simple fact is that he ended up getting 55 million, which is a lot of money, but he was aiming. He was aiming for 170.
He said, "You gonna go big or go home."
You must have to for these type of things. Like what? It's just, and the simple fact that this is the biggest one to date.
I wonder what else
I'm
is out there.
Yeah, right. And I'm
Just
like,
wonder. Because you know they still
Hmm.
looking.
Of course. And it's years, years in the making. It's always years in the making. They think they're fine. You know, yeah, they think they're fine, everything is good. But it's like the amount of the fraud is crazy to me.
It,
Very crazy to me.
it's baffling because I'm just kind of like, you know, I don't know the mindset. You know, I don't even have words because I personally cannot get myself in the mindset where I would even be brave enough to be like,
55 million.
55 mil? I
Like
know somebody is going. What state of delusion do you have to be in to think that no one's going to notice that $55 million is missing?
yeah, he probably should have settled and did a plea, but no, you wanted to go to trial. I don't know, just my personal opinion.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Why would he do a jury trial?
You
To
think they
me,
would have like maybe,
maybe. Um,
oh, I
but
guess.
then again, I'm also thinking because
Go
like
ahead.
he could probably done a plea bargain and be found guilty and then have to like do a settlement or something. I don't know, but why did he? I'm curious to know why did he go to trial? I don't know. What was
Yeah.
the
And then
not to say trial is not something that but I'm just saying like why trial? Because he was still convicted. I
and
don't know. And I'm not an attorney and I'm not whatever, but I'm like, if you know you did it, like my thought process, if you know you did it and you know you screwed these people out of all this money, or maybe they didn't, maybe the other party as well, like the plaintiff in this case, did not want to do a plea bargain.
yeah,
But
but
usually they would because of court time and everybody's time. And I don't know. I'm just thinking
I don't know. I mean, okay, so if I'm gonna play, I'm gonna play
devil's advocate.
devil's advocate. You know me, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So, because the question is, why would he go to trial? And then I don't know, you know what I mean? Sometimes, listen,
yeah.
I love anybody knows I love a good attorney, but what I'm saying is, maybe they took offense to that. Like, oh, you think you're gonna go to trial? Okay. We gonna show
Mm.
you why you should not have gone to trial, sir. We gonna make such an example out of you.
And that's why the sentencing is as high as it is
That's
because
stiff.
he was convicted in November, a 6-day jury trial in November 2025. And it was what 15 counts of aiding and assisting for false returns, one count of mail fraud, and two counts of tax evasion. I wonder what mail fraud would be like signing people's names and mailing. I don't under I'm not really exactly sure what mail fraud would be in this particular case, but it could be
Uh-huh.
maybe like forging signatures and stuff.
Pause.
And then he finally got convicted now, well, April,
Mm-hmm.
however many months later. And then after getting convicted now, they threw the book at him. So not only is he how many years did he get?
That's I'm looking at 12 years.
Okay, so not only is he going to get 12 years, they said he's basically getting 5 years of
Capital.
probation ish, and then after that, he has to pay that $55 million that he got back, plus interest and fees. Nobody's talking about that. Plus interest and fees, and then the attorneys that he had to pay. So
And they were supposed to be the best in the land. I wonder what they were trying to give
apparently,
him.
I don't
If
know.
they are the best in the land, I wonder what they were trying to give him before that he got the 12.
This is a great question.
Man.
What was the? I am very curious to like to see what was the. I don't know, but
But it says 15 counts of aiding and assisting in the preparation and
hmm
presentation of false tax returns. So were there
meaning somebody's
other,
a main
there was, you know what I mean? Were there
co-conspirator, co
other people who were assisting him? Because $55 million, that's a lot. And he was shooting for 170.
170,
That's a lot.
170. It is a lot. Like I'm over here looking and
But
looking and
then,
looking.
but then we're saying that's a lot. But let's put it in perspective. Because think about
Mhm.
it. When you look at a profit loss statement, the highest expense on most is payroll. And this was
Yes.
payroll related,
Yes.
right?
Payroll. Oh my
So,
God.
so we're saying it's a lot, but to think to, you know what I mean? But payroll
Yeah. Yeah.
highest expense. So maybe it relative to, you know what I mean? Payroll, maybe not so much. It's 170 mil. Okay. I don't know how many companies he filed for. He did file for a couple of his own companies.
Okay. And
Agreed.
he also pocketed money from his clients, fees, a cut of each refund check. He also did not report his own income and was telling clients to give him cash so that so that he could skirt around like the government. So
Each count of aiding and assisting in the preparation of false returns carries a maximum penalty of 3 years in prison and a
mhm.
$250,000 fine. Mail fraud carries a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. And each tax evasion count carries a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine.
Oh, he got off easy then
He
based on
did, he did,
maximums.
he did,
Like based on max.
he did,
I
he
mean,
did. 'Cause,
considering
yeah, that was my question
because
about
he's
the
only paying back the 55, well, like I said, interest and fees and all of that and penalties will be accrued, but he's paying back the money he stole as well as he only got 12 years in the grand scheme based on the maximums of all of those things with those 15 counts.
maybe 12 minutes would have got me. I'd been like, oh God, Jesus. Somebody come get me, please.
You know what? Maybe that's why he went to he went to trial. Like, you know what? If I'm it's already a bad situation, let's see what the jury says.
You think?
Maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe instead of pleading out, I don't know. I don't know.
Right. Oh, right. I don't know what it because this all listed the maximum. It didn't list the minimum because I don't think I stated,
Yeah.
right? This is all max, max, max. But this is, listen, again, you know me. I was trying to be funny. I'm just saying, this is greed.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, most of the time,
Oh, for sure. It's
there's
all
not even a most of the time. Every single to me
every single.
case of fraud is either a matter of greed
Mm-hmm.
or a matter of ego slash maybe arrogance, right?
A little
Like,
bit of both.
oh, okay, little bit of both, right? Um, because some people are just flexing their muscles to see if they can flex their muscles,
Mm-hmm.
right? Can I get away with this? Oh, I got away
Yeah.
with this. I can get away with it again. Like, like I repeat, I'm like, she just did this last week. She coming back to do it again this week? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you gotta appreciate that level of audacity to an
And
extent.
if it
I
would
get it.
just
I
be
get
channeled,
it.
if
Right?
it would be channeled for good,
If it
it
would,
wouldn't be so bad.
but there's a level of greed. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's just greed. It's just greed. And I'll be honest with you, people are not gonna like me saying this because we're talking about financial fraud Friday. We're talking about fraud. And I remember I mentioned to you American Greed. I think I sent you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's my show, right? I have watched, don't come for me.
Countless.
I have watched countless episodes of American Greed, right? And the person who has been swindled most times, and I'm going to use the term swindled in some cases lightly, because sometimes people are literally just being swindled. Like they think
Go.
they're in a
Yeah.
legitimate place, they think legitimate things are happening, and it's just not. But there are some people who are just as greedy as the fraudulent party, as a party committing fraud. Because it's kind of like, okay, ma'am, sir, your refund is how much? You never got a refund before, or you never got a refund that high before, and nothing made you say, hold on,
Ding, ding, ding.
what's up? Why is this happening? Because you know. Did you not think that I don't know, like, you know what I mean? There's greed there. There's greed there. And I say there's greed there on both sides. Don't come for me. Y'all know it's true. We don't like saying the quiet part out loud, but in some cases, that's the case. You thought,
Yeah.
if because this person was actually the one committing the infraction. I'll just call it that. Because this person was the one actually committing the act, you kind of think that, okay, well, because I was sitting in the back seat, I really wasn't involved. I really wasn't, that you can take this position of, oh my God, well, I mean, I can't believe that this is happening.
Mm.
You, okay.
Yeah.
You know
For
what I
some
mean?
people,
Yeah,
they
sorry.
don't care. For some people, they don't care as long as they get their refund. And as long as they get a lot of money in a refund. And I think that too much, especially with how marketing and all of that is done, it's focused too much on the refund. Like just overall, like as a society, like we have too much, like every day, like not every day, but like every year, people are like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get my tax refund back. It's almost like a guarantee, and it's not. But because it's been socialized so much that, oh, you should be getting a refund, people automatically think I need to get the biggest refund possible. And if I'm only getting a couple dollars back, which is the amount that is due back to me, there must be something wrong with my tax return. How come over there on that side,
They
they're
got
getting
me.
$10,000, $12,000, but over here on this side, I'm not. I thought I was going to get like, I don't like how we have this entitled feeling of a refund just overall as a society. And I think that's one of those things that need to be cut first is the expectation that a large refund is due to people. And then explaining what a refund is, why are people getting such a large amount that actually do get it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, why are people so excited to get this large sum of money all at once? Because we've been conditioned to get it. And then once you switch and say maybe you're not at a W-2 job anymore, or you don't have as many kids, your kids have grown up and they're over 17, you're not getting the child tax credit, we're income credit, none of that. Like you've moved on to a different bracket. Why is the expectation still, why am I not getting as much money as before? So when somebody tells you, oh, I'm going to get you $14,000 back, for those people with those itching ears, it's going to be like, oh, well, this is normal because society told me that, like, because everybody gets a large refund. People over here putting down payments on cars and stuff off of their refund money. They like wait for this time of year. Like people market towards this time of year. One kid, $5,000, two kids through, like,
Yeah, I get
those
you. Yeah.
technically illegal, but the point of the matter is it's being done, as well as like, it's just, yes, definitely for those people who you haven't gotten a refund before, or your amount of a refund, maybe you typically get $1,000 back, and that's your normal. And then the next year, somebody's telling you, and nothing has changed in your life. And the next year, somebody's telling you, oh yeah, I'm gonna get you 10,000. You have to like think, ding, ding, ding. How are you getting that for me? That
Mm-mm.
doesn't make any sense. Last
Let me
year it
give
was
me
a thousand
10,000.
dollars. Yeah, how am I get that? Like you have to, because at the end of the day, you're signing. So even though Buddy over here sought more than 170 million, it says
That's
that he
still
submitted
responsible.
over. 1,900 fraudulent employment tax returns.
So guess who's responsible
Guess who's
for
responsible?
paying, truly responsible for paying back that money?
Exactly. Like he's good. He's responsible for paying some of the money back. Yes. But
At the end of the
y'all,
day,
$1,900 that signed off on those fraudulent returns, they're going to have to pay it back.
and that I think that the last time we spoke, that was one of the points we were really trying to harp on was the fact
Oh,
that I
man.
don't think the taxpayers truly understand that, yeah, I'm filing your tax return, but you are responsible for the data on
You're
that tax
responsible.
return.
Right.
Yeah, Susan inputted your information on the tax return and she did whatever she did and finagled it in whatever way she had to finagle it. But at the end of the day, Susan, if Susan did some unscrupulous things on your return, we're gonna use a expeditious word.
You
Expeditious, that's some unscrupulous things on your
know
tax
what I'm
return.
saying?
You are responsible for what's on the return.
Yep.
You signed your name. You said, okay, I'll
Well,
look,
I agree to this. Yeah, I
shoot it
agree.
off. Why don't you?
I agree that I should be getting back $15,000.
Exactly. So, you
I
know,
agree that random employment credits that and I don't got no employees. I agree.
and then so
Basically.
that leads me to another question, Karina, because like I said, and then we were talking about you advocating on Capitol Hill for taxpayers and more stringent laws and getting into the actual profession of becoming a tax professional or a tax preparer, right? And
Mhm.
how there need to be some barriers to entry, right? Um, and so I don't lost my train of thought. Okay, so we were talking about barriers to entry.
Mhm.
What, because what happens to the person who has, yeah, in this case, this guy went to jail, right? But
Mhm.
in most cases, nothing
They,
happened to the tax preparer.
they don't.
It
They
always,
disappear.
they disappear, and the person left holding the bag is the taxpayer. That is
Mhm.
90% of the cases, that's what happens. So,
Yep. Yeah. And then for those people, it's considered something, oh, well, I can just sue. You can. You can. I think the problem is that, I would suggest to make sure you try not to get into that situation as much as possible. But like I've always said with one of my business professors, shout out to him, I don't even remember his name fully, but he was my business law professor. It says it makes no sense to sue people who ain't got no money unless you're trying to do some type of like policy change. You know what I'm saying? It's for a reason. And most people, if you're going to spend that type of money, you want some type of return back
yeah,
because attorneys are not cheap.
right.
Going to court is not cheap.
Oh, yeah,
So
don't
if
make
you're going to
that.
have a civil suit between that person, you better be able to make sure that they have some type of money. And
Yeah,
if they don't have any money, they have assets where you can put liens on their assets. So and whenever they sell those assets, you will get your money back.
yeah,
But it's hard to you won't be most of the time you won't be able to recoup it if you can even can find that person if they're using their real name. Like, there's a lot of like levels to
I didn't even think
these
about that part.
fraudsters.
See?
Right, yeah.
I
If
didn't
they're
even
even
think
using
about
their
that.
real name, if they're using their real things, they're no longer contacting you. I mean, there's
They have,
ways for people to get in contact with people who are lost now.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
But if it's 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, like, you know what I'm saying? The attorney fee is going to be that. That's going to eat it up. Attorneys are expensive.
Yeah, that
So
sucks. Do you know
it
what?
does suck.
Do you know? So remember, and I told you, I read that article to you. The guy's name is, he's an attorney, tax, Hale, David Dale or David Hale. You remember?
I don't remember. I'm sorry. What was it about? What was it
So
about? I
it
don't
was
remember.
about he was talking about a trial that had just closed, and the argument was that fraud was committed by the tax preparer against the tax by the tax preparer,
Oh,
not the
yes.
taxpayer. So, and
Yes.
the argument, they ruled against the taxpayer because the law just simply states you are responsible.
Fraud.
Once you sign, you're responsible, right? And
Mhm.
so there's this argument being had that if the fraud was, it was done by or perpetrated by the tax preparer, how are you holding the taxpayer responsible?
Mhm.
you know, I see both sides of it because it's like as a tax, come on, let's keep it 100%. And so maybe some of the advocacy should be on behalf of the taxpayer also to say, good and doggone well, the taxpayer does not know half of the laws or the things that are even
Right.
they barely look at the
They
form. They
trust
don't know this
you.
stuff. They're trusting you to do the work. And so maybe really they're the ones that need the protection in the sense of why are they being held responsible? So then it would be, and I don't know if does that ultimately put the taxpayer and the tax preparer in an adversarial position. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I see all of the ways that this could,
I hear that. I hear it. And
yeah.
then it's like adversarial. I hear it, but also like if you're a tax preparer that I trusted to do my tax return right
Hmm.
and you actively did it wrong. I'm not talking about
Intentionally. Yeah. Intentionally.
intentionally did it wrong. And I'm not talking about like, we make mistakes. That's not even like, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about intentionally did it wrong. You are an adversary.
Oh, well, yeah, yeah,
You know
you
what I'm
right
saying?
about
You
that.
are an adversary. You're
Yeah,
in the
you are.
position that you need to be in. And that's that. Um, I think for me, like the advocacy is for the taxpayers. Like having good tax preparers and having it not be so low barrier to entry is good overall because now the pickings for the taxpayer, I'm like taxpayer, the pickings for the taxpayer is in a better pool. You
There's
know how they say
more
like the
the
dating pool has
quality.
piss in it?
It's higher quality.
Yes, you know, like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, the dating pool has piss in it. Like in the same regard, if we
The
had
tax
better people,
preparer pool has.
yes, if we had better people and better preparers,
Uh,
you can just pick the person that you like and you
yeah,
mesh well with, and that works well with you. You
yeah,
don't have to also think about, oh, is this person even like qualified to even do what they need to do? Because automatically the laws will say that they have to be qualified. Otherwise, they will,
at
just
least.
my personal opinion about that. So, like, that is helping the taxpayers now because now they have a better pool to pick from,
Yeah.
including larger, not just small boutiques, even these large companies that you think should be good or whatever that pay people peanuts and then want to like for actual experts and be able to pay them a great like wage so that they can continue to do the job that they need to do for these taxpayers
Yeah. Yeah.
instead of just, oh, I'm just going to get anybody who can do whatever, give them a day of training and be like, oh well,
Mm,
go and be great.
yeah.
Like, nah, like for simple taxes, yes, it's okay. And even that, you can mess up some simple taxes too if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Or if you're placed in an environment, which is the reason you're rushing where you're forced to rush.
Yes,
It's
that's
called
another thing. Like,
wanted where you're forced to like turn,
so you can't be on the phone
plan
for
and
longer than
turn.
this time. But like some people need a little extra time.
Yeah. 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 Where you're forced.
Some people want to ask you a bunch of questions because they're trying to understand. Let them understand. Like, what are
Yeah.
we trying to do? Are we trying to make, are, oh, what are we trying to do? Yes, we're trying to make money, but how?
Hmm.
We
Yeah.
can make money and be ethical still
Yeah.
and give people quality of service,
Well,
I think.
we are, I don't want to
No,
say
look, you
we're
have it.
not an anomaly. We're not an anomaly because, we know many preparers, in our circle or in our line where we're like, we ask them questions. We go to them and say, I've got this issue. This is what's happening. I've never really seen this before, yada, yada, yada. We have our network of preparers who you trust to ask these higher level questions or, and we bat things back and forth. I come to you and say, Kerrina, what do you think? This is what I'm thinking I'm going to do because if I do this, this could happen. And if I do that, and we bat this stuff back and forth. So there are preparers out there who genuinely care about what it is they're doing. And you know what? At the end of the day, maybe it's just like attracts like. Think about it.
I disagree. We had that conversation before.
Really? You
I
disagree? Oh,
disagree. I
okay.
disagree.
Okay, I'll go
So
with it. Maybe like attracts
I
like.
disagree. I've
Okay.
never watched American Greed, but I'm sure but I've watched enough of
Oh,
these,
yeah, dang. You're gonna use my show again.
so
I got you. Yeah, right.
but I don't agree with the like attracts like.
Okay.
And because that's within the same vicinity to me of, oh, you attract who you are or whatever. I don't
Yes.
believe that. I believe that you attract anybody because anybody can see your light, and you know what I'm saying, like what
Mm.
they say, like a moth to a flame. The moth is going to come
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the flame because the flame is beautiful, it's bright. The moth is going to come,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's up to the flame now to put up barriers to be like, oh, moth, not
Ooh,
you,
that's good
not
stuff
you,
right there.
not
That's
you,
good stuff right there. Yeah.
not you.
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying, or I'm entertained, something feels off about this,
Mm. That's good stuff.
not you,
I understand.
not you. So yeah, and then you also have to think of like the people who are manipulating.
Mhm.
They know who they're, what is it, like Jamaican culture, we're like, don't you know who for frightened.
Yeah, yeah,
So you
yeah,
know
yeah.
exactly who the person is that's going to be gullible and doesn't know the tax law, or going to be gullible and doesn't know, like, oh, this isn't necessarily right. Oh, you want your things all in cash? Why? Why do you want everything in cash?
Yeah,
Oh, you're saying that I have employees and I don't have
yeah,
employees?
yeah.
Why would I sign this? Oh, they're saying don't worry about it. I'll just handle everything for you and all of this, and not explaining anything. Like, they know
To go
who
to.
to try. Yeah. People who are desperate and
Yeah.
they're waiting for their refund. Oh, don't worry about it. And charging, not even that. Because they said that he charged like a percentage fee based on the refund amount,
But you know what?
which is also illegal, but
Even
people do this.
even the opposite will
What's the opposite?
happen, whereas the taxpayer may think that because I've had that happen to
Oh,
me a
true,
couple
true, true,
times.
true.
They
True.
they come and they're you're wondering like, oh, hold on, did you just call me? You know what I mean? You're like, oh,
Yeah.
this person is calling me out my name. That's how I
Mm-hmm.
feel about it. And they're testing you, you know, and sometimes they get through the door. I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes they don't. They understand the tax law and certain things, and they're just gonna feel they want to come in the door and see if they can manipulate you into doing
Yeah.
things, you know what I mean? And so
Incorrectly. Yeah. It's true. It's true.
it's just it's much. It really is much.
So it is much.
It's much.
And once again, 2020 to 2023. And just now got convicted November 2025, and just got sentenced in April of 2026.
I would be
2020 through 2023.
Okay, I would be so
Took
sick.
them a little minute, but
I'd be so sick. I mean, you convicted me. I'm convicted, but I've not been sentenced yet. Do they do that on purpose? Can I get my sentence now?
Well,
Hit me and tell me
well,
how long I'm gonna be here now. I'm not trying to wait.
like the district courts and stuff.
Keep going.
That's why I'm saying over here wasting court time when they could have did a plea. But anyways, like the courts take a long time.
Can you imagine? I gotta wait
Yeah,
for you to
it's
tell
like
me
a
how
send
long.
up,
No, can I get that?
a
I'd be like,
send up.
Judge, listen, y'all done already said I was guilty. Can I get that time now? Can you just go ahead and tell me what it's gonna be? Because I can't
Hmm.
be in my living room trying to watch TV and in the back of my I can't even concentrate on what I'm watching because
It's
all
coming.
I'm thinking of is
Well, you
how
know
long.
how I feel. I don't feel bad about it.
I
Actually, I don't feel
know.
bad.
I always feel
I don't feel.
bad for them after the I know I still have there is a tick inside of me, but after I'm
I
like,
don't.
oh, Clarence, what was his name? Leon.
But Leon Haynes. I was like,
I'm like,
Leon,
oh,
I don't
Leon.
feel bad.
Leon, why you
No.
do that, Leon? Feel bad.
Leon knew what he was doing. 170 million, like over 1900 whatever
Please.
counts of mail fraud, whatever fraud. Leon knew what he was doing. From
Yeah,
2020 to 23,
I know.
I feel I don't feel nothing for Leon. You I don't. And it's just whatever it is. And I'll say it to his face. I don't feel anything
Anything funny.
towards him because he stole from his clients, he stole from the government, and he stole from other people who actually were qualified to get those funds. But you know what? Sometimes those funds run
That
out
part. That part.
because they give it to people who don't deserve it in the
That
first
part.
place. So I don't feel bad
Well,
for
yes,
Leon.
when you
I
get
feel
to
bad
that,
for
when you
them
start talking about the people who were supposed to get it and didn't get it, that's when I start
and
feeling
didn't
bad.
get
Then I'm
it
like, oh yeah,
because
right, you know.
people out here legitimately having payroll issues and wanting to pay their
Yeah,
people
and wanted
payroll
to pay
during
their
that COVID time.
I had to
And
shut
he over here
that
trying to, I
that
don't feel no, I don't feel bad for Leon and the rest of them.
I feel you.
I don't. Like,
All
it
right,
is
well,
what it is
it is
for
what it
that. He got what he deserved. Truth be told, he got a little less. To be
That's
honest, like
true. Given
the sentencing was decent in
like
comparison to the maximums.
he could have got.
So
Well, remember,
so
there were no
yeah,
guardrails at
I
the
guess.
time. But no, I agree. It doesn't, but there were no
But
guardrails, and I think they were just trying to keep us afloat at the time. So it was just like get it out, get it out, get it out, get them what they need. You know, maybe.
maybe I'm like every other day the government's a little slow with giving money, but like
You
you want to
know,
be quick with that one, and now we're over here having to give it back. I'm
because
sure.
don't have government contract, they gonna pay you 2 months
Oh
out.
well, yeah, that's government contract. This is a little
Right.
different, but yeah, the government contract they're gonna wait. They're not giving you the money until
Yeah, yeah, right, right.
but for this, it was like, why did they give the money? So I don't know, whatever. I'm
Yeah,
sure Leon Haynes has thrown away that 55 million. It's gone. I'm sure it's gone by now. So he's gonna be spending his whole life in jail, in prison,
he's
rather. And
57.
then wait, say it again.
He's 57.
I thought he's 52
Oh,
or 53 or something. Whichever, he's 50, he's in his
he is
50s.
50s. That mean
So
I am not trying to call nobody in their 50s old, because you know,
50
50s. But I'm just saying, he's in his
same.
50s. Sir, you gonna be in your 60s? Who no? Who wants to be in jail? Why they know? Who wants to be in jail?
Oh no, but I don't think nobody wants to be in jail, period.
Ugh.
I'm assuming nobody wants to be in jail, period. But like, yeah, to be old head in jail is probably even worse.
I mean, like, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I guess, I'm in my mind, I'm just like, what are you not thinking about that part of it?
We're thinking the money. No, I don't think anybody ever thinks about
Hey,
that
no
part.
amount of money is gonna have me think, because I'm in my head, I'd be like, because I
Yeah,
can't
worst case
spend that money
scenario.
while I'm in jail.
Yes.
What's the worst case scenario?
And that is this is the worst. This is the
Jail?
worst
Oh
case.
no, I'm good. That's a good enough deterrent for me. I'm all
It
right.
is
Don't worry about it.
definitely a good enough deterrent for
I'm
me.
good. Y'all
That
see,
is
okay,
not a place I want to be. It's
okay.
not a place I want to be involved in.
Mortified.
So just
But
no. Pass.
apparently, I don't know. Maybe they
Yeah,
say YOLO.
YOLO is funny. YOLO is funny. I don't know if that's a great question. I think it's somebody to ask, like with the mindset of, but I don't think they're thinking about that. Maybe to them the ends justify the means. Like they're not thinking about all of that. Because even when I was reading in the comments, right, they're like, oh, 170 million. A lot of people in the comments, one, they didn't read the whole thing. So realizing that he shot for 170 million, but he actually got 55 million, of which he has to pay back.
Yeah.
But for 170 million, a lot of people were like, oh, I'll do 12 years for 170 million. There's a lot of people just talking too, because they talking too. Because when people are really going to jail, like most people, when you talk to them after they've gone to jail, one of the things is they never want to, they don't want to go back. They
Yeah.
don't want to think about jail. They don't want to talk about jail. They don't want to go back.
Interesting.
So I don't think that most of these people are thinking about, oh yeah, I'm going to go to jail.
Yeah.
They're just thinking about, oh, the money, this is a lot of money all at once that I'm making that I've never made before. And relatively easy money too, because there wasn't much in order to get these the EITC funds. You just have to fill out some paperwork, sign some documents. There's no like, you don't have to do much.
Yeah.
You don't have to do much. So relatively easy money. I don't think they were thinking necessarily about, oh, okay, like I have to go to jail. Mm.
I don't. I mean, I could never. I mean, but then again, of course, we could never truly understand the mindset of someone who just
Yeah,
like going to put their lives at.
in jeopardy for some millions.
So yeah,
Really, is that what life is worth? Is that what your life is worth? Is okay? Yeah, 55 million. What?
trying to get this Louis bag, Karina.
And that's another thing too,
Right?
regardless of
Like, I don't
that they're
know.
buying before they buy a house or something.
Oh, yeah, good, right.
It's usually like,
Right, that
I
would have
think
been
there's
a way to pay
some
back
like
some of that money.
psychological, yeah, there's some psychological stuff here. I
Um,
think we talked about it before, like
yeah,
in
we
some
did.
earlier episodes of like, you know, maybe being
Self-worth.
broke, right? Yeah, self-worth and maybe being broke and thinking, oh, okay, whatever. And now I am of a certain caliber. I have this money out because money does give you access.
Yeah,
As much, oh my son, whatever. Money gives you access to quite a few things
yeah,
and makes you sleep a lot better at night when
yeah.
you gotta have to worry and you're not in survival mode.
Right.
So to go through this and then, not only having these 55 million, but like, what did he do with it? Did he flaunt it? Did he flash it? Did he do, who knows?
Oh, we looked at that picture. It looked like he wasn't above
Flaunt
flashing. Remember that picture? He wasn't above it.
it.
It was not above him to flaunt and flash. So
That's funny.
yeah, I get it.
So yeah, it could be like self-worth thing. Like, okay, I
Yeah,
found a way that I can make money. It's easy
that's
and
tough.
I'm good and I'm set for life. Not realizing that it'll catch up.
See, oh, I'm so sorry because I'm about to drag this on. It says, and that was something I was going to ask you, his co-conspirators, Haynes and his co-conspirators. So when you
Mm-hmm.
asked, why did he go to trial? My thought was maybe he thought he was going to tell on somebody and that was going to reduce his sentence. And maybe it did.
But you can plea bargain that. So like
Oh,
you can be an
see, I don't
informant.
know.
He can be an informant and plea. Oh yes, I'll do a plea bargain for blah 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 in exchange for the big wig. Y'all don't want me. Y'all want. I was just
Oh,
preparing the tax returns. You want the person that owns the place.
got it.
I'm
Oh,
just a foot soldier. There's a bunch. There's somebody else who was doing way more. Let
hmm.
me tell you his name. I'm gonna tell you his schedule. I'm gonna tell you this, whatever. That's when they start buying them food in the The confession.
In the confession room. You
They
want
get
that
steaks and stuff.
drink?
Yeah, they get steaks and stuff.
Okay, all right, I'm done.
I don't know though, but like,
Well, all right, you guys. I don't know. Like, Karina, do you have any final thoughts or anything you want to add? No. All right, you guys. Well, this is another episode conversation of Financial Fraud Fridays. Want to thank you guys for listening in. Um, Again, we do this every other Friday. We encourage you to, if you have a topic you'd like us to discuss, this is just our I don't know, it's a little fun time, a little fun break. We where we get to be a little nerdy and kind of let you in on that conversation. Um Again, if you are looking to work with either of us, links are in the profile. For those of you who are looking for a tax preparer to work with, please feel free to visit the link in this video description. If you're watching on Instagram, there is a copy of how 6 tips for choosing your tax preparer. It does have some questions that you can ask the preparer if you're looking for someone to work with. Or again, contact Karina or myself. Links are in the description of this video. I encourage you to follow Karina on Instagram. She's also on LinkedIn. Um, are you on LinkedIn as Cake Financial also? Or
oh yeah, I think I do have a business page,
okay,
but mostly on my personal.
on the personal side. So follow Karina at Cake Financial. You guys can follow me at Togba and Associates. And we look forward to seeing you guys again in another 2 weeks. All right. Have a good one.